replaced, do we do the legendary TriCast?
We can.
Do
I don't
we
know
do
anything about Furyans, so like you said, I don't know what to expect from this match. I mean, we know Xeno has been performing very well, but as far as the other team, not quite sure how they're going to be performing. This is not
rhetorical
illogic.
spelling with some difficulty. Rhetorical has asked, "Is this illogic?" No, it's not illogic. We are not casting illogic tonight. Nor, I suppose I should answer this preemptively. Is this Gosu Gamers? This is Xeno versus a team called Furyans, right?
Furyans, yes.
I think people are just asking to troll us now. No, we're not casting outrageous gaming. I'm sure they're playing. If they're still in the standings, they will be playing. Actually, what I'll do for you right now is tell you exactly what the matches are. Ready? 14 matches. I'm gonna speed through them all. You hear your team. Maybe you'll be a bit emboldened because your team is this close to being in CEVO main. You ready, Clay?
Yep, let's hear it.
Entropy, Polar Esports, Altpug All-Stars, Simplicity Esports, Gosu Esports, Axiom Gaming. I'm not a big fan of esports and gaming after people's names. Dazzling, Nerd Smashers, love that name.
Yeah, I think the gaming and the esports can be dropped nowadays. I don't think you need to verify that you're...
I think esports has been around long enough that people can just...
No one is going to mistake you for a real company, okay?
Yeah, I'm getting all mad at people with the gaming, and then I realize that McNutty from Reliable Gaming is in chat. And,
maybe
Atlas
we'll just
Gaming,
be... Maybe he's going, hey, oh man, we need to change to just Reliable now.
Oh, he's got a point, guys. Anonymous 5, Team Turmoil, Zero Motion, Raw Input, Eyes on You, the North American version, not the one with the guy that got banned. Thank God. Prime Time, Ride or Die. Oh, yeah, Ride or Die. That's a great name.
Ride or Die.
Ride or Die. Mayhem Gaming, I click Face. Just a group of good friends. Creme de la Creme. Actually, it says Creme de la Cream.
Creme
Furyans.
de la Cream?
Yeah, Creme de la Cream. Furyans, Xeno, If You're Quiet, I'll Show You My Dinosaur. Outrageous Gaming. Keyboard Commandos, CS. Steam Developers. Exosia, and Illogic, the B Squad.
So the team name is Shh, If You're Quiet, I'll Show You My Dinosaur.
That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. Somebody asked, can I get the... Yeah, I added Adam to the call. He never took it. So, Adam, if you're listening, take it or leave it. I don't have any preference. Ea Cortez asks, can I get the IP for the OG game? Unfortunately, no. We cannot allow that, and nor will we ever allow it anymore. Unfortunately, some bad apples within our community have made it pretty much... impossible for us to trust anyone in the community with our external GoTV IPs. We are sorry. That's just the last answer you're ever going to get on the topic. That's it.
Got 9 in the server, so we should be starting very soon. Just looking for one more member of Xeno. Maybe they're going to sub out Adam in.
Yeah, I think that's the case. Always surprising to find that one team in the tournament that doesn't take their name seriously. For example, in the invite levels division, there's a homeless team, but if you're quiet, I'll show you my dinosaur is a mouthful. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
It's Mirage.
Well, if anyone hasn't seen it, please go check out Black Dragon Society's logo.
Oh
in,
man,
Professional. That thing is a gem.
I pointed it out to Clay one morning while we were early working in meetings, and we had never actually seen BDS's logo before because we had never bothered to click on it. But when we took a look at it, it's genius. All right, we won't spoil it for you. We just it's comic genius. We laughed for seriously like a good 30 seconds.
Good.
Okay, so let's talk about nuts and bolts here. We're on D Mirage. It's that cliche tri-lane sort of 5-on-5 ideal map where you can't have a perfect split anywhere. You've got to kind of do 2-1-2, 1-3-1, something like that. It's the cliche that I really, really dislike, but it's so prevalent in all maps. Clay, tell me a little bit about what's important on this map, and if you say mid-control, I will pull out hairs.
Well, you're going to hear, I won't say it, but that is one of the most important things. But You know, with how this map has been out for a while, you know, people are figuring out the smokes once again, so they should be able to work B very effectively once again, because you can smoke off quite a bit in B, and it does make it a much easier side to take. You can smoke off the kitchen window, the back cubby, and even the cat area, the McDonald's or archway, I guess. So I mean, B is a site that can be taken, and if you do have great coordination, then A as well. You can smoke off CT spawn and the window room, and all these smokes just make the sites that much smaller, and oh my goodness. That much smaller and that much easier for you to take. But obviously, if you can get that mid control, that's going to give you that extra lane to go to each of those sites, and going to make it that much easier to take. So
right, and you put so much more pressure, especially on A, which is probably the much more frequently assaulted site. You put so much pressure on that jungle, that window, that electrical side. As soon as you take and curl and wrap around mid to fire at the blind side of the CTs when you start entering from a ramp and A apps or palace or however you call it these days, it's very, very important, as Clay said, to control mid, because the avenues that open up primarily stem through mid, and it kills me inside to admit it, but all these maps are designed like that, you know. Season is kind of designed like that. Mirage is kind of designed like that. Dust 2 clearly designed like that.
Map makers love the 3-lane maps. I don't know.
It's a cop-out. It's a cop-out. That's why we need the Cobbles and the Prodigies of the world, man. I'm telling you.
I know. Are we having Cobble in actual season, or is it the preseason? I think it's just the preseason.
Yeah, I think it's preseason only. I think right now the only way it could possibly be competitive is as a preseason map, because it's just not good enough right now.
Yeah, the new Cobble needs to change. Too many little spots all over the place for people to hide. I don't know.
B needs to be just flat. That McDonald's archway needs to go. That's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I will say, however, that there is one 3-lane map that doesn't play like a 3-lane map, and mid control is not always the way you execute on that, and that is the one map, DE Fire. Fire is a map that doesn't necessarily need mid control, and it was a 3-lane map that was beautiful. It was played like a 2-lane map almost, but because of the fact that it had a mid, you would have to call it a 3-lane map, right?
Man, I hope we see Fire soon.
All right. You ready, Clay?
I'm ready.
Second time. Here we go. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm caught in my partner's clubs. This is not the preseason. This is the placement tournament, the round of 32. This is the final round of the placement tournament. The winner here goes immediately to CEVO main. The loser relegated to CEVO IM, which is still a good consolation prize, but ultimately a disappointment for these teams who have put in so many hours of preparation. Ender, Fender, what the Fender, I don't even know what to call him, will be on top of the balcony looking down from the A apps, and he'll decide to push smartly. He decides that he will get the scouting information, knows that nobody's here. Everybody else must be on the B side of the map or wrapping from mid. Max takes the first shot, almost had 2 headshots, but it cleans up with that second headshot after a 4 or 5 round exchange. A third, maybe a fourth. Cross will clean that up. This round will go so easily to Xeno, barring a falling USP headshot to clean that one up. It was really, really too easy. Nobody except for Max took any damage.
Yeah, a little confused by the play from Furyans right there. I mean, they had the opportunity. They got into mid uncontested, and they had the opportunity to attack Cat very hard, but they kind of just went one at a time and let Max just clean them up. And then the take from the B apartments didn't come simultaneously, which you would assume, you know, if you're going to go into B site, you want to hit at the same time, so that way people are looking in different directions.
Citizen being very aggressive here, challenging the player out at mid, had a very easy time of bringing down the first, but a harder time of bringing down the second. Doesn't matter, he gets 2 on the round, and that's the mid push completely shut down. It was a designed A take, a multi-pronged A take from the ramp, from the apartments, and also from mid, and IMX, who decides that the plan is now Flubar had the actually he dropped the bomb, so it was a designed A take from all 3 A angles, but the bomb was going to creep B by himself to get the money. That's a smart play. I like that.
I don't even know if you could honestly say it was a fully designated A take, because the 2 guys who were mid, you couldn't really tell where they were going, because they just kind of got dominated by the CTs right there in the window. So,
right. You think just by strat caller logic, there's one
Yeah.
guy in the apartment, one guy at the ramp, two guys going mid. You think that it's a
Try to
design
sneak the
thing,
bomb and
sneak
B,
the bomb,
yeah.
right? Yeah. So everybody is now stacked up at the A ramp, and notice that they've bought P250s and CZs, and if they're going to have some sort of automatic weapon, you think that they're planning on getting an entry frag and seizing the site, grabbing some guns. And I like this play, but Clay, they're not set up to win this round. They don't have any smokes or flashes. They could have actually gone with a couple of Glocks here and maybe did themselves a favor. One in sandwich, one in the site. Here comes the massacre. MP7 out for Fender. He breaks out, has a triple and a quad, cleans that up. 3 rounds wrapped up for Xeno, and each round has looked too easy.
Yeah, I don't like the delayed push right there, especially all going up the A ramp. If they're getting delayed, they probably should have sent a couple people towards Palace and, you know, had that simultaneous push out into A. But what I think I would have preferred there was just, you know, keep the Glocks and spend the money on a couple flashes and a couple smokes. You know, get the smoke going to CT spawn or ticket area, and then maybe window room and get the flashes over, get out into the site early, and just basically kind of go for a suicide plant mission. But
Absolutely right. That's total plagiarism. That was my idea. Hey, so a lot of people are going to ask us right now, what is ticket? We use that term ticket because we don't like using the word CT box, because CT ramp and CT box, they just start like overlapping on top of each other. There's a nice hold there. No kills racked up by any of the players until just at the very end for the terrorist side. So we call it ticket to represent because there's a ticket booth there, is there not?
yes, there is a ticket booth. So
It's kind of blocked off now.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it now, CT ticket. And only 2 kills so far on this terrorist side, 1 negative. So I don't know if that was a suicide or a TK. But
is Furyans logo the F from the Forbidden brand of T-shirts?
I don't know.
It's very Ed Hardy.
I don't know about that. But yeah, either way, only 2 kills out of the 4 rounds, so they aren't looking good in terms of money. As you can see, they bought P250s as CZs, whereas the CTs are going to be looking very strong because they haven't had to do any rebuys for the most part, so they're looking good right now.
That's heartbreaking, really. You go into a gun round, you said, this is the moment, we're finally ready, and then you have all your guns, then you get killed, and then you're forced into another eco. It's
yeah.
just it's not even a slide, you just got buried.
Yeah. The not nice way of putting it.
Yeah, I think Furyans would agree with me that that's the term that they feel right now. HBK is looking up toward the catwalk. His teammate got shot in the back while he was climbing the staircase toward electrical. HBK turns around, thinks that somebody is facing him only with an op, only to find that he was ambushed by an AK-wielding Dix. What the Fender will flank from T-spawn and clean up the round. 2 kills there. Xeno is having an easier go of it this time than they did the first game on Cash.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, getting that 4th round win will get, you know, force the terrorists into an eco most likely, especially when they do so poorly in terms of not being able to get any kills. So, you know, the terrorists were a little screwed on their money at that time, but now they can buy, so they should be able to get something going. I do see a bunch of nades being bought, some Molotovs even. So let's see what they're going to do with them. I mean, I guess they could try to move some people off their spots in A, but the thing about A is, you know, people don't usually play the same spot over and over in that site, so that could be a little
There's
difficult.
that kill. Soar actually is not from Furyans. Soar is an ex-CEVO main player that we used to cast, and I can't for the life of me recall what roster he was on. Same with Ronde, by the way. We've seen 2 of these players before. 4 left for the CTs. They'll try to make an aggressive play to even up the odds. We see on the minimap right now that it's clearly an A take. A smoke for the electrical will seal off that mid picker who's rotated over. A fire nade, a molly to drop into the cubby. Nobody down there. Here's the entry. Dix is stuck in behind the L box. Gets gunned down. HBK has 1 and assists another as Soar will combine with him to frag out for the rest of the site. Frost is left. Has a pretty healthy complement of weapons. M4, A4, CZ, a nade, and 2 flashes and kit. This is an expensive kit to throw away. I can't believe he's going to actually try this. He's got 2 kills. He's got some weak T's, and he might go for the super clutch here. Is a nade for the firebox, leaves his opponent down at very, very little health. I think he's playing for exits, but thus far he's doing a pretty masterful job of it. 1 shot for Soar, and no quad. Triple for him. You know what? That's a losing round, but if you force those rebuys, that's sort of a success for you.
Yeah, he actually almost had that. They were super low on health. Those last few shots just didn't connect there. onto, I believe it was IMX or HBK, one of those three-letter names. But yeah,
What is that convention in Counter-Strike where three-letter names is cool? That's just hard for casters.
Yeah, it is. But I wanted to comment on the use of the Molotovs. Kind of disoriented, or not disoriented, but not used too effectively. I like the one it used in Cubby, though. That one was smart from the Palace if you can't get that in safely, because you can't really tell when someone is hiding there for the most part. So it does flush that guy out. But other than that, all the other Molotovs thrown weren't really too effective. I saw what they were trying to do, and I liked the innovation in that strat, but I guess could have just used a little bit better placement.
Yeah, your mic sensitivity is starting to just climb just a little bit there. Dix is pushing through, back to toward team spawn. He needs to lower his crosshair, bring down one, will back up smartly, knowing that his recoil or his crosshair needed to heal a little bit before he could accurately spray. So they've decided to change up their body placement, right? Now that they've had an established set of rounds where we've been in certain locations, now they've smoked us out, now they're starting to throw fire at us, they've got our places zeroed in, now we need to change up our spots, Clay, and that's a very important thing to do, is it not?
Yeah, it definitely is, and if they did see that fire in the Cubby, which they should have, then they will know, hey, we got to be careful of that, especially when they are on a full buy. And they are seeing that. You should be changing up your spots regardless, so hopefully they're going to be implementing that and using it to their advantage.
A high flash there for the Furyans. That flash will largely do no good, as it flashes nobody in the kitchen when it comes up over that angle, and it doesn't flash the jail area, as we call it, or that little bench in the back now in the new version of Mirage. That flash used to be better than it was now. Unfortunately, it can only be used with the catwalk. IMX will bring down a flanking Max as he plays a good lurk roll. One to the side, decapitates Citizen. HBK with a great shot. What the Fender, left alone in the kitchen, will get blown away. HBK being big in these last two rounds. I want to say, Clay, that one of the things that you brought up, and I glossed over, and I want to come back to, is the concept of knowing that the other team has a designated opper and knowing how to move him off his spot. What does that mean, and how do you do it?
Well, the designated opper, it's usually going to be mid, especially on this map, but to move him off your spot, you would either use flashes or smokes to blind him or discombobulate him, and that's going to force him back into a more safe spot, because obviously you can't be peeking with the op if you're flashed or trying to peek through smoke. You will most likely get taken out there. And if you can identify where he's playing, then it should be pretty easy to do.
One of our old mainstays, one Fixation TV Nerve, brings in the core analytics for us. You want to know something cool?
Huh.
Soar played for Proximity last season. CEVO main. Look at that. Oh, we have a boost. Soar's going to go in the window. Scroll to him right now. Our number 0 man is inside the window. Gets shot in the back from the ladder room. Max was too quick. Back to the director. He will go back out to mid. Back to Cat. Spray down the man who's coming up electric, and he'll have another kill for himself. A nice double. Citizen steps out at the electric. Brings down HBK on the ramp. That is just the worst kind of ping pong. You get hit from the window, hit from the ladder, hit from Cat, and then hit from electric. There's no good way to look, and ultimately you just end up getting swallowed whole, and this Furyans team was just discombobulated from the beginning of this execute.
Yeah, and really that's also good communication by Xeno right there to make those calls that they were going to go out and peek those areas, get the kills, and good game awareness from those guys as well to know that, hey, if these guys are pulling kills, then the terrorists are most likely going to be peeking in that direction. So they took advantage of that and came out with an easy victory right there. So good job by them. And someone asked, what spot were you calling ticket again? That's the CT ramp in A area. There's a ticket box there.
The CT ramp is still kind of CT ramp.
Yeah.
The ticket is really the CT box that used to be there, right? That that cluster of 3 boxes that wasn't an L box, but it was kind of just CT box. Now it's a ticket booth, and we call it ticket. Ronde steps up to the ramp. Oh, catches the nade, has armor, it saves him, so he has 55 health. But that one, literally, it looked like it landed inside of his jacket lapel. That's so depressing when you see that coming. You can't do anything about it. Entry, smokes, and flashes. Fender has smoked off the palace or the A app, so it forces somebody inside to not have an angle to assist his teammates unless they force the smoke, and Fender got the better of him. HBK, who has been a strong fragger early on, has now lost to this round. Citizen opts the man coming up out of the apartments. It's down to a 2-on-2 with Chubrub on Furyans being very weak. He's down to 11. They're in the site. They've lost the bomb, so now they have to skirmish this out, and they're stuck in space. They'll flash Max and try to recover the bomb. Likely, they'll be contested before they ever do. They have the back turned to them. Why? Don't turn your back to them.
It's because the ball was dropped on the balcony at Palace, and so he had to get up the ladder. But
we've been playing Counter-Strike since forever. I think everyone can figure out how to run up a ladder backwards.
Yeah, well, what I don't get is they threw some flashes over to the ticket area to try and get that guy blind, but then they waited to go up the ladder, and they didn't take advantage of their nades right there to grab the bomb. So mistake there.
To remedy what I was saying, okay, you could turn your back toward the opponent if you wanted to, but you would have to at least have your teammate prepared to defend you, and he was not in a position to defend him. So they kind of threw away that round here. Here comes the eco rush coming up out of the Absent. Wow, that nade brought down Soar fast. 2 nades to bring him down. Another kill there. That's a 3 burst from Frost, and a last headshot, a 2 burst after a couple of whiffs that leaves IMX by himself with his CZ. Clay, this is the throwaway B rush, right? Everybody tries this once in a while. You don't know what to do on an eco, and you just try to get the suicide plant. Do you like it?
Depends. I don't like it as, you know, if you're consistently doing that for your eco rounds. I mean, it's okay to do one a game, I'd say. But if you're just consistently doing throwaway rounds, then you're just wasting opportunities. So,
you know, I wanted to minimize, because that same person who asked about ticket wanted to know something about professional set pieces. I want to answer that question because I like that, but I am too engrossed in this. So if you get a chance, Clay, read that one to me.
Okay, let me see. Do you think higher level competition begins to weed out teams that can't balance playmaking with set pieces?
Yeah, I do. So let's define terms here. What's a set piece, right? Set piece is something that you would see where you have players at a specific spot. They need to be able to execute a specific strategy designed to move in very specific ways. And I use that word repetitively because everybody has an assigned portion of the map to take into account of. They need to have a smoke here, a flash here, be here, hit this shot, that sort of thing. There are some weaknesses to it, right? Set pieces kind of eliminate the individual creativity of each of your players. It doesn't take advantage of their playmaking ability. It's also very conditional, so you need to kind of know where your opponents will be, meaning that if you're playing a pushing team, it's not very effective, or if you're playing an unconventional position team, it's not very effective. But a set piece, you know, not everybody is going to play a new and wacky position every round. You know, they're going to have to use some sort of traditional spots, and you can exploit a set piece. Everybody must have some at the professional level, and I think anybody who's played at the professional level or expects to compete at the professional level or even has watched the professional level knows that that's a necessary part of the game. But if you can't execute it and you go only with the defaults, the playmaking, as we like to refer to it, there's a nice re-entry here. It's a 2-on-2. We'll get back to it. 1-on-2. Dix has one on his left at the old electrical cubby. One left in jail. It's a 1-on-1. Chubrub will peek him. Oh, no. He has no idea. Look to your left. He takes a shot. It's a 1-on-1. Now it's a ring around the rosy. Dix has to defuse. He's got just moments left. 3, 2, no good. Good hold by Furyans and Chubrub in particular for making him run the loop. That's a good hold. That's a very heads-up hold.
It was a good hold. He took the time to, you know, make sure he didn't peek and get killed too soon, even though the fake defuse went down. Nice hold by the terrorists, and they pick up another round.
So the question is, do you need to be able to do set pieces to reach that next level? Well, yes, you do. You do need to be able to execute it, but you particularly need to be able to execute set pieces and understand how to counter set pieces when you're playing against the international teams, right? The European top-level teams that know exactly what those set pieces are, that know the rotates that go accordingly with those set pieces, and you've got to be able to think on that level. In the North American scene, you see a lot of teams move up to the invite level or the pro level when they only have the playmaking, right? The defaults and the making your shot strats, because some other teams will only do that. You see the top 2 teams, iBuyPower and Complexity, they have both. And I think what I'm getting at, the thesis of this huge argument that I'm making, is that to really ascend to that next level, you have to be able to be multiple. You have to be, oh, touchdown! Frost throws the deep nade, gets HBK, and cheats him of an epic one-on-one duel. To reach that top level, Clay, you've got to be multiple. You've got to be able to do both and do it effectively, because there's not just, you can't just do the set pieces, because then you'll get pushed and somebody will get pushed and die randomly and you'll lose the round. You can't just do the angled take, like the overload take on one side and just hope for the playmaking, because that's not organized enough to win every time. You've got to be able to understand when to call which, and you've got to do it well and have a good in-game leader to do it. Otherwise, there is no reaching that next level.
Yeah, I agree with all those points, and you do see those are the qualities that the upper level teams do have, and like you said, some teams do squeak into invite levels with just playing against other teams who haven't developed those skills yet, but they do fade out when it comes to meeting up with the top level teams. So it's definitely a factor. And HBK actually in that last round was almost on an ace until that nade actually stopped him, so that was pretty impressive.
It was, and it's a 3-on-2. IMX and Soar are stuck at the entrance, one at the ramp, one on top of the first quad, the T-side quad, and they're just waiting for a kill here because they don't really feel that their chances of winning this particular round is that high. Somebody asked in chat, why are we watching this? It's not a regular season game. It's not a pro-level game. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're doing this for two reasons, right? Well, there's one. The first reason being that the team who wins this goes immediately to CEVO main. And that's pretty impressive. That's a back-patting sort of congratulatory moment in and of itself. Second thing is, it's selfishly for me and Clay. We've been not casting from CEVO not seriously casting for going on a month now. And we need to get back into casting form so when we get to CEVO P, we get to those pro matches that we're on top of our game and polished. So we're doing this, right? It's fun for us. We're treating this as if we're in the CPL finals and IMX gets just absolutely decimated there. We're treating this as if we're in the CPL finals looking on at some sort of amazing spectacle so that we can be in good shape for you guys in a week and a half's time.
Yeah, and someone in chat actually asked, how does the CEVO placement work? Well, it's currently going on. This is the bracket stages. Whoever wins in this round is going to advance.
Wait, let's back up. How does it work from the beginning?
Well, from the beginning, it's been going on for a week, maybe two, I want to say, of teams. They all enter and play, and they go through, and whoever has the highest seeds gets moved into a bracket stage
in a group of play, much like the World Cup.
Yes. And, in these brackets, the first round was just played, and the next, which we are on the second round of play right now, and whoever advances from here is automatically placed into CEVO main, and anyone who's made it to the bracket stage is automatically put into IM, I believe, so.
Yeah, if you make it to the round of 64, you're in IM. If you make it to the round of 16, you're in main, and then the tournament ends because there's no play out. There's no need for that. And to even get to these bracket stages, you must do a round robin within a group of 5 or so to make it through. So the top 2 advance into the bracket stages. So yeah, if you're better than open, sign up for this. There's no reason for you to play in open if you can just zip right through into main or IM. That's why teams are doing this. That's why we're watching this. Early kill there is a trade. Citizen for IMX. That's a long flank, by the way. HBK and Ronde will come up out of the B app. They'll have one at the jail side today. We're not prepared for him. Pross and Max crossfire. HBK and Ronde were not able to land a single shot here. And if they trade out, oh, no trade. Chubrub knew that Fender was coming. Lost that battle with an easier shot, actually, to make. And that leaves Soar with 3 health left. He is all by him. Slows him all the way over at B, thinking I'm going to run back to this kitchen, and then I'm just going to save my gun. But Fender has better ideas. Ugh.
Yeah, Fender pushed through the palace area and got that pickup in the T-spawn, so he had a good idea of where everyone was hiding. So yeah, Soar pretty much 100% trapped in. Only having 3 health when trying to save an AK, definitely not helping out your cause at all. So.
Xeno looking very much like the part of a CEVO main ready team. Now they have some coordination hiccups, and they certainly probably are right now in the middle of the pack for main level competition, but they look to have the shooting talent to be able to play at the next level, I think.
Yeah, and honestly, the Furyans, HBK, he's been on fire at this match. Everyone else is, I think they are capable, but they've just had some hiccups in their play, like you said. I mean, I've seen a couple of takes on A where, they commit 3, they kind of get into the site, then 3 people die, and then there's 2 people kind of lagging behind. And if they just, emphasized the take and actually committed to these things, they probably have a lot more success here.
I'm a little surprised, honestly. I see some $800, $500 left on the field. I could have bought a cheap rifle like a Galil, especially for the last round of the half, but they chose not to go with more powerful pistols and armor. They've recovered a weapon. They have 4 in the site, and if they can end this 11-4, it's not quite over yet. It's going to be a very advantageous look for Xeno, but of course, nothing. 2 left for the CTs. 1 will come through the kitchen at least. It looks like both, actually. 1 through the window, 1 through the kitchen. They're scanning the site, has 1 right behind, and this crossfire by Furyans, Chubrub, and Ronde is completely thwarted by the individual efforts of Citizen. A bomb defuse for him will reward him for his hard efforts. It'll be 12-3 at the end of the half. You're watching CEVO TV. I'm Cotton, my partner is Klops. Thank you for joining us for the CEVO placement tournament for Season 4. We're almost done with it. And for those of you who are still with us, stick with us. For those of you who are going to commercial, you won't hear me, but you are part of a partial fill commercial. Clay, give me your thoughts, if you can, about the performances of both teams thus far.
Well, Xeno has been performing very well. I mean, we saw them in the last match doing exactly the same thing, you know, hitting their shots, committing to their strats, and just really making plays. And they've been doing it pretty much all placement tournaments. So like you said, I agree. I think they are a good candidate for main, and I think they're going to fare well in that division. And I gave my thoughts on Furyans just a second ago when I said, you know, I think they got the shooting talent. They're just kind of having some hiccups with their strats, not really fully committing to things, and I think that's causing a lot of their issues here.
Yeah, and all of it stemmed from that early snowball that Furyans just could not stop the momentum cycle there, and it's incumbent upon them to enforce the same sort of practice on Xeno to make them work to climb out of it. Now, Xeno definitely can, and if Chubrub doesn't land this shot, then it's going to be a sad story, and he misses, steps out, he needs to hit a second, he can to 1-1 trade, maybe it will leave Grande on an island who gets stuck at that McDonald's arch and does not land the shot. Crossfires into the kitchen, eliminates IMX in this round, quickly is slipping away from Furyans, who is starting to look like they are not yet on the level of a CEVO main squad.
Yeah, and I mean, if they don't make it, that'll be fine. I'm sure they'll do fine in IM, but I mean, this entrance from Xeno was just too good. Pross getting in the site, looking at both areas where the second and third CT would be on the cat, getting the kill, and then immediately looking towards that window for the rotate into kitchen, and he picked him up perfectly. So I mean, good job by that guy, good game awareness, and it helped secure the round quite easily.
That's veteran awareness right there. You get that kill, and you don't think about the site anymore. You get your eyes up to look at the kitchen to look for the rotator. That's a veteran play.
It is, and you know that's what you see. If you ever watch pro players, you know once they get a kill, they immediately look towards the next area where they think someone's going to be coming, even if someone doesn't show up there, because they know, you know, they know the tendencies of how people usually play maps. So that's one of those game awareness things that you got to pick up.
Yeah, deep nade by Max to try to hit the crosser. He gets HBK just a little bit, but only 1 health, and it's the right idea to get somebody who is armorless trying to move across to the electrical quad here. Early push through, Chubrub doesn't check his corner, immediately jumps down to the stairs, wrongly so, gets caught, and now this very, very patient wait here is rewarding Xeno. On an eco round play, you kind of know people are going to push you. Very smart play by Xeno to sit back in that apartments and just wait for people to run at them, because they will.
Yeah, we know Fender is the IGL for Xeno, so good heads-up play by him to, you know, call out, wait for the pushes, guys. They're most likely going to be aggressive here, especially since they are, you know, quite behind, maybe a little upset or, you know, kind of feeling some despair and just want to get the rounds over with. So, you know, good call by him.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna, since this game might end very quickly, I'm gonna give you another IP. I'm gonna give you this, and we're gonna hold on to it in case we can get it. I think I just grabbed a Gosu Gamers IP. Okay. I did. There you go. 14-3. Xeno is on the tie point, and they're pushing very, very close to forcing Furyans to have a very weak last round because they've they've micro-bought 2 FAMASes, a Scout, and a Nova. Let's check out if Chubrub has the right Nova. No, he doesn't. It's a lost round, though.
No walnut?
No walnut, no win.
No walnut, no win.
Look at that bounce nade there. He threw a nade off those 2 boxes, and it bounced right into the cubby, bringing HBK down to 51 health. That's a very, very good nade to know, especially given how prevalent that cubby spot is played these days.
Yeah, still haven't seen as many granny tosses as I'd like to lately, but I mean, people are slowly implementing them, so.
The Clay is referring to granny tosses as the underhand flashbang throws yes. that you can now do. I very affectionately refer to them as granny tosses. I'm pretty pleased that that's starting to catch on. Early flash for the Xeno squad. Soar fires a shot at chest level, which is not going to do you any favors. You need to hit those headshots with this weapon. I wonder if he'll go for the jump shot, because it's a pretty popular thing to do, and he's trapped. He's got his P2000 out. Was not even prepared looking at the corner, and he gets sprayed down as somebody runs by him at the Gallo. Chubrub with his Nova, that is not a walnut, unfortunately, cannot win this.
If it was a walnut, he would have got it on the first shot. Guaranteed.
Soar, of proximity fame, now on Furyans, is actually literally messaging me right at this moment saying, I don't like CEVO, us, for forcing this Mirage on us. Well, Tough nuts. So the rest of the world has adopted this Mirage. The only organization, I should say, that's not using this Mirage is ESEA. So it's just something that we're all used to now.
Get in a server before the match and learn your smokes. Not that difficult.
they've had plenty of good smokes. They tried many in the first half, and they were just thwarted by Xeno, who was more prepared. Xeno has one in the apps to smoke the window, throws the smoke, will seal off the site, flashes down. Somebody climbs up the balcony and almost ambushes Fender, who deals with it admirably. 2 left in the window/jungle area. They are stuck behind smoke and will not be able to stop anybody from planting this bomb. This one could be all but over, unless something remarkable happens. Here comes the retake attempt, and it's not going to go too well. Chubrub brings down Citizen, but the odds still stacked against the CTs, who do not have much gear. They have a decoy and a flash between them. They'll need to hit some remarkable shots to even get into the site, and they won't. IMX, our number 9 man, the last one left. He gets taken out. Wow, Xeno 16 threes their opposition. They are now in CEVO main.
Good games, good games.
I'm gonna talk about, do our normal thing where we break down the match and tell everybody about how it came to be, but I'm gonna jump in right to the next server just to see if they're playing. Okay.
Well, essentially, I think it came down to, let me see, I gotta pull this up real quick. Like I said, it came down to the fact that Xeno was just, committing to their strats, obviously making their shots more than Furyans was. You could tell by the score lines.
Get in here. It's 10-12.
Oh, okay.
We got a game. We got a game.
Let me get in there real quick then.
I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown. Gosu Gamers is on T side. They're up 12-10 against CTs, and they seem to have hit an entry shot already, and they've traded. Now it's down to a 4-on-4. You in here?
Loading in right now.
Good. It's a tight one. Surprisingly tight.
All right, I'm in.
Now down to a 3-on-2. Gosu Esports now down to a 2-on-2. Basic, very wounded up in the plat. One trying to plant. It's all tied up. Oh, not tied up. It's 12-11. I got a little bit over anxious there.
Zor coming big secret Asian man. I feel like I've seen him before because of his profile picture, but I'm sure that's not a uncommon one.
It's not. For those of you who are wondering what this is a game between Gosu Gaming and who's the other team? Let me find that for you right now. They don't have their tags at all.
Tell me.
Axiom. It's Axiom.
Oh, it is Axiom. Nice.
Easy enough to remember. You're watching CEVO TV. Caught in my partner's flops. You probably don't need that reminder. But one thing that I will remind you of is if you do enjoy our work, please do follow the channel. We cast all season, obviously. This league is quite popular, so there's a lot of things to be watching, a lot of content to absorb. Payne will come around to the white truck and find Zor, who's trying to be a little bit sneaky there, and loses his lunch money. They're stealing guns here, Clay, and this is an eco round where they shouldn't be surrendering weapons. AZ and Secret Asia Man, if they clutch this, it'll be remarkable. But to begin with, this shouldn't have happened. They should have tied this up.
Yeah, I mean, the defenders B really just got stormed out there, right, from that rush, the eco rush with the P250 buys, and Gosu just made the shots they needed to do and picked up some guns and kept the ball rolling from there.
Taco will headshot Secret Asian Man 13-11. This game is already down to the wire because we casted the previous game between Xeno and Furyans, so we are at the death of it already. Gosu Esports is closing in on the tie point. They have 1 to go before attempting the tie point, 2 to go before winning it all, and Axiom now hanging on to their CEVO main season, as it were. If they lose, as we described before, they go immediately to IM. Eugene Messine wanted to go for the 1D, but he didn't really give himself a chance. He kind of crouch peeked and slowly walked out, which is never something you want to do.
You don't like to do the crab walk?
The crab walk is not really bad to do in terms of being able to shoot accurately. It's just embarrassing to look at.
Nothing rages me more than when someone crouch walks out like that and actually gets the kill on me.
Yeah, but we never admit those moments. Taco is out at mid waiting for the rotate. AZ will go down. 2 left for the CTs. They'll have to climb through this this kitchen, and Secret Asian Man has some idea that somebody might be waiting for him in the smoke. He gets flashed badly, which will delay them. Clay, when you smoke out the rotating entrances and flash the rotating entrances to slow down enemy teams, you see this frequently with pro teams. It buys you valuable time to have that bomb ticker just tick, tick, tick away. It's very underrated, but very important to do.
Yeah, it is. At 35 seconds, you're trying to burn it as quick as you can, and if you get those delays going, and we saw, that delayed probably like 5 to 8 seconds from Secret Asian Man getting into the site, which then he was easily killed by the terrorist. So I mean, yeah, those smokes do help out tremendously when delaying time for the bomb.
This is the end of it. Axiom feels it. They must win out, and if not, then it's all over with. This is their final buy. Let's take a look. A couple of nades, definitely smokes. That's the right buy, as we described while we were on cash earlier. 3 M4 A4s, no A1s, 2 FAMASes, and a set smoke from Blaze thrown from Spawn. That one's surely intended from the window. I don't think I've seen that particular smoke thrown in yet. That's aligned a little bit differently. Force the third person there. There's the first kill. Secret Asian Man desperately needed that one. He gets traded out. Basic, who's up in the A-apps, or the Palace, lose it. Early nades to throw in. Rushicles will hold through jungle. Has a high-low impromptu made by Blaze and teammate. It's a 2-on-1. Gosu Esports is rounding out their round. They want to force this to the game point, and they're so close. If they just nade out, smoke out, flash out the site, they will force the CTs to make bad decisions like that one. One more left. Blown apart. Basic will... yeah, it was Basic that will clean them up. 15-11. We're on to the game point. Gosu Esports. Look at their wallets.
Yeah, they are looking strong, and all those nades and how they're using them are really helping them secure these rounds. Like you said, their nades after the bomb goes down are pretty much just 100% on point in helping delay the CTs get into the sites. Excuse me, and we're seeing the CTs, having to just buy out, obviously, since it's the last round, and they unfortunately don't have the money to probably get anything strong going here.
Oh, but look at this. The Nova is the Ghost Camo. If not a Walnut, the Ghost Camo is a close second.
I guess.
Here we go. Early entry by Basic looks pretty good. Secret Asian Man is now taken down. AZ is being a little bit indecisive about which way he wants to rotate. He'll just sit in the crawl space, literally not moving. There we go. Zor is in the site and has lost it. Rushicles, actually, he's still alive. AZ and Zor are both still alive. They need to make the plays of their lives right now to save their main season. It looks like it will happen. Zor goes down. 16-11 is your final score. Gosu Gaming wins it off the kill from Basic. Here's another team in main. We'll announce to you all of the main ascending teams at the end of it when we have all the results after this evening or tomorrow or during the week so that you can all see for yourselves. I hope that if you're not in this placement tournament, you are already signed up for Season 4. That's starting very soon, and that's when the climb to the top begins anew. CEVO P is new. The climb to the ultimate goal, being the CEVO P winner, starts this season for the very first time, as well as the hopes of many teams who were in main and kind of got run over by some of the invite teams who tried to step on top of them last season. We've had a good cast today, Clay. I think the second one was much cleaner.
Yeah, I think it was good. I've had some issues with your camera a little bit here, but that should be. I think that was just from adding, Adam to the call and whatnot. Kind of messes with it, but either way, pretty good. And I think we saw some good potential for CEVO main. A couple good. We saw not basic. I don't know why I said basic. Gosu Gaming getting in there. They are a strong team. We've seen them before, and then Xeno proving to be a strong team throughout the whole tournament. So they should be good candidates for main.
Yeah. Tune in to our channels. Oh, we have a typo. Is that it?
We have a typo where?
Is CEVO only for North America, or do they also have in EU leagues? Well, CEVO is primarily focused around North America. The servers that you'll be playing on are North American servers. EU is allowed to play as long as you're able to play on the North American servers. We don't restrict it. But in the near future, we hope to eventually have the ability to cater to the EU audience, because obviously we want to make that happen for you. So, Clay, if you will do the honors and sign us off for the evening.
Sure. So, guys, we hope you enjoyed it. Enjoyed the cast. That's a stupid typo. Anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching. If you guys would please give us a follow on our Twitch channel, and all of our social media is below on said channel if you want to go there and give us a follow and see when we're going live, see any announcements that we have for you guys regarding the leagues. Other than that, also I'll just say if you want to check out our VODs, we have those on the YouTube below as well. Other than that, that's going to be it for us tonight. Sorry for no face cam tonight from me, but like I said, my room is just messy, so I don't want you guys
real
looking at
quick.
that. Yeah.
2 questions. The rest of the matches tomorrow, there are no more matches. At the round of 16, there's no point in playing it out because 16 teams will be elevated to CEVO main. No more placement matches tonight. No, they were all played at the same time. So we got literally the back end of one match, and we got to see a full match. So that's just about it.
Yeah, that's going to be, I mean, I think some people, yeah. So whoever finishes this round, I mean, basically once you get to that, there's no point in playing it out. Like you said, Brandon, you don't win anything extra special. So,
what if somebody just went straight to P or something? That'd be kind of funny.
That would be cool, but not the case. Anyways, we should have preseason games to cast tomorrow and the rest of the week, so stay tuned for those and get a look at, you know, the teams and everything. So other than that, that's going to be it for us, unless you have anything else to add.
No, sign up. You got a little bit of time left. I hope you guys have a great season. I hope that every one of you who is endeavoring to make it big in CEVO have a wonderful season.
Yes, same here as well. We hope you guys have a good night. For me and Cotton or Brandon, that's it for us on CEVO T. Hope you have a good night, everyone. See you later.
See ya.